Everybody, this is Scott with Believers Underground coming at you on the Free Broadcasting Network, and well, we had a 4.0 over there in Oklahoma. Told you they'd seen the static discharge. How many people listen to Bug anyway? Well, some are. Powers of be are. I guarantee it. Now let me see. On that Georgia Guidestones thing that girl was asking about, you go over to Wikipedia and put in Georgia Guidestones, and you'll find out that in June of 1979, an unknown person or persons under, and it says pseudonym, or what you'd call a pen name, R.C. Christian, hired Albert Granite Finishing Company to build the structure. Okay, so that's who built the structure, and that's the guy's name. Now, if you click RC Christian, it'll take you over to a Rosicrucians group. The Christian Rose Cross of the Rosicrucian Order or whatever. But the bottom line, they didn't pop out of space. They didn't just drop there. They were handcrafted by this Albertan Granite Finishing Company. Someone paid them. They put it up there. Personally, it's an eyesore. It's a way of sticking. You ever see kids when they write their tags all over under the underpasses and stuff? They like tagging their areas and stuff. The same thing. But now you got a bunch of globalists doing their tagging. It's the kids. It's just kiddie school, man. They need to grow up. Nevertheless, that's the mystery of that one. But Oklahoma, and if you look at where these quakes are hitting, okay, I mean, just take a minute as well. Let's see, we had a 4.5 in Nicaragua. That whole region is done. You just seen numerous quakes on it now. You got a volcano blowing up in Cuba. I mean, that whole area is unstable as it gets, and I've been saying it for a long time. It's in the expansion zone. Mexico is done. I remembered yesterday seeing Obama meeting with the Mexican person and the Canadian person, because they entered into this super state thing. And they can't wait to evacuate these people any longer, man. They got to start doing something. But these earthquakes, if you notice, if you go over to USGS and look on the little map, you'll see Wichita Falls underneath where that 4.0 hit, and above it you'll have the river, okay? And then the 3.3 that hit the day before that is a little higher. But it's only about 70 miles from Wichita, Kansas, 80 miles from Wichita, Kansas. I mean, it's talking, it's talking. The Earth's going to create new river systems for herself, and she's going to. And she's also going to create new ways of pushing the water in the oceans. They can't, they're going to just keep stalling until it punches a new way to circulate the water. It has to. Now, what I thought was very interesting was Smoking Joe Trainer. He did a reply video to Pastor Dow, and Pastor Dow, I guess, is just waking up to the climate stuff, and he's going like, man, it's strange over here, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of time, and other things. But Smoking Joe put up a video that was very interesting. See, he was playing football or something, and he looked up into the sun, and one of his eyes, was in direct contact with the sun. If you ever played football and the ball's coming down, you're trying to see the ball through the sun. It's really hard. But just looking into the sun for 2 seconds, he ended up getting welder's eye. Now that is not good. Okay, that means we're getting some serious sunshine hitting us, and that means the ice pack too. Now they're up there right now, chem spraying the heck out of the skies. If anyone remembers the History Channel from about, I think around the year 2000, they were talking about what happened if the Arctic summer ice melted up there uh, up there in the South Pole, and their scenarios that they ran were by the year 2080. And this was the same numbers the ICPP was using too. That ice would be gone, okay, or not. Year 2100. That's right. By the year 2080, pardon me, the year 2080. And you can look this up yourself. You can go find that old history thing. But this was in 2000, right around 2000, 2001 when they released that one. But they stated 2100, all that Arctic summer ice was going to be gone. And by the year 2080, they would have to start spraying the sky. And man, their numbers stink. They stink from here to Texas. That Arctic summer ice is done in less than 3 years. I mean, less than 2 years and 10 months. Let's see, 10, no, 2 years and 8 months. You're on the clock. And that thing controls the climate for the whole entire planet. I mean, that's big problems. And what you're seeing right now in the United States is unprecedented. It's breaking records hand over fist. And it's only going to get worse from here. I hear people talking about drought. Yeah, these ocean currents thaw, you get drought conditions. You're, I mean, it's setting up, man. It's already set up. It's already started. It's like Rob with the Apocalypse Jungle. He's going, dude, why are you doing this? Before this stuff happened, I was screaming from the rooftops, going from state to state. To say, hey, man, it's coming. This is what's happening, and it's because it was time. No one else was doing it. You look at all these oil rigs that are and gas rigs that are tanking. You have a spill going off the coast of Brazil now. Okay, that's killing wildlife or the porpoises. You got that massive spill or gas leak up there by the UK or Norway. And we saw 20 tons of fish come up dead there. I got a report this morning from Galactic Wacko that he was out at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was light outside. You know, and he's going, "Hey, man, is this just reflection or what? You've got a lot of things going on now, a lot of things, and it's not going to get better." They shot up those rockets the other day off the East Coast to find out how the wind currents are going and stuff, and they found a third current, and it's a fast moving one. It's not good. This Earth is going to do whatever it takes to fix itself. Okay, Another unprecedented move was San Onofre. They have shut it down. I mean, lock, stock, and barrel, which is great. It's great news. Thanks. Okay, you finally shut that toxic nuclear waste pit, down in San Diego, but they're also stating California nuke plant forbidden from reopening. Okay. And this was, we've really never seen the feds take such a drastic step. Locals are stunned and alarmed. Okay. I mean, they found pitting in the fuel rods. You understand what that means? It's not good. And when you're finding, what was that stuff? Kelp? Yeah, kelp. Radioactive kelp off the west coast that's showing 40 million becquerels. You're just like, holy smokes, folks, man. I mean, you got who came up with this nuclear nightmare idea? I mean, golly, man, talk about whack jobs. I mean, you've got these things like landmines in the battlefield. They're everywhere, and they're all sitting off water locations. The worst place they can be. I mean, this is. I mean, holy smokes, man! They better start getting on the ball. Let's see. I think I can take calls this morning because my message board just is looking like it can. Yesterday it was stuck or something, so I couldn't get calls. But that whole region down there, from Panama Canal all the way up to Mexico, right there, it's gonna just disintegrate, man. You got some of that area that's just like a branch. The land just branched over itself, so it really doesn't have any bottom to it, And I mean, it could just crumble and break apart, man. And there's multiple sections like that over there. And then you're looking at Indonesia too, because that's another widening zone. And it's just getting rocked and rocked and rocked. And you've seen Fuji. Okay, Fuji just got wasted with a major storm. Same with the Philippines. These islands are going to keep getting hammered from above ground and below. Okay, and when you see those major rain events hitting those areas, man, it just makes those areas sink faster. And it's Technobug coming back at you, and hey, I'll tell you what, I was so exhausted yesterday. I went to sleep early. I'm going to call up Marshall Masters after I get done with this show today. But, because I want him to come on every Friday, man. He's got a lot of good stuff. Now, somebody called during the break, and I guess you hung up. So go ahead and call again. You can. I saw it. I just, we're at break. So, but anyhow, we've got a lot of things going on around the planet right now. I mean, a lot of things, and people are just not taking it into account. They're just barely figuring it out now. That there's something wrong with their climate, and and I've been saying, telling everybody for years, it's a magma push. These oil rigs, these gas rigs, none of these rigs out in the ocean are safe. None of them. Not with this dynamic. But going back to that old History Channel show where they showed, how it all lined up, they said that they would start chemtrailing in the year 2080. At that point, they figured they've lost 4 to 6 feet of water. Okay, into the oceans by that, or you'd say 4 to 6 feet of sea level rise. Okay, and it didn't rise. You see, that's the trick to this thing. It's not sea level rise. You go to any coast right now, okay, and there's no sea level rise. If anything, it's receding. But you go to the islands, and they're like 9 feet under. And then they'll say, "Oh, see, the sea level's rising, and this water's wiping them out." No, no, that ocean floor is sinking. It's pulling that island under. When I saw that coral stuff starting to come up around Vanuatu, anyone who understands how these islands sink, that's the last sign before they go under. It gives the appearance that, oh, the island's getting bigger. Uh-uh. That island's on its last blub, 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 blub. Matter of fact, there's a video on YouTube on it. You can go find it and look for yourself. But, all those islands they're meat. And you look at Fiji, and it's just getting socked with storm after storm. And yeah, hi, this is Scott with Believers Underground. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
Hey, brother, it's Fisher from New England. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, sis?
Hey there. Yeah, just talking on subject about, people just starting to realize what's going on with the weather. Well, just, quite frankly, it's in their face now. And I was typing in comments on a video that Mr. Dowell had made. He's just coming into the realization of things that he's noticing, and other people chimed in as well. And I don't hear this from him. I hear it from others as well. And the thing that I basically said was, hey, we knew this was coming. People who listen to the Believers Underground don't get caught up in all the issues of the day, I guess. And we actually give Scott time to explain and explore what he's saying. We get it, and we knew these things were coming, and not only did we know, but we are prepared, because it's about saving lives. It's not about fighting over issues, and it's not about, worried about all these other diversions. It's about these things are coming, and we're seeing them with our
eyes. Thank you for watching Believers Underground. You can also get in touch with Scott at www.libertybroadcastingnetwork.com. Get involved with our live chat and talk to people that are very much interested in the end times and all the destruction that is happening in the world today. Get involved with people that really, really know what they're talking about. Again, I'd like to thank you for joining Believers Underground. God bless. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah. That's right. It's time. With the blink of an eye, the Lord will come and take away all his people. That's right. All his people. It's not time to sit down and relax and enjoy what you are having right now in this world. Because this world is nothing compared to what you be having in the kingdom. To all those that never been in this situation, you are welcome. When he comes, he'll come today and take us away with the blink of an eye. We'll go in the sky, we'll get and see all the beautifuls and wonders that is meant to be. Yeah, those angels in the sky that you see so high, we expand beyond light, lighting up the day. That's right, baby, he is coming. All I gotta say is,